Hello, welcome in everybody. My name is Laura from Tenacious Taurus Tarot, and this is going to be the weekly forecast for the Twin Flame Collective. Keep in mind, timing and energy is still fluid. This message may or may not be for you, so just take what resonates, leave behind the rest. And so this is getting out a day late. I normally put these out Monday morning, but I was away on vacation because it was the long weekend here in Canada. And so I do appreciate your patience in waiting for me to get this message out. And so we are full swing into Gemini season, which began yesterday on Monday, May the 20th. And so when Mercury entered into Gemini, it was conjunct Venus. It was also conjunct Jupiter and conjunct Uranus. It was sextile to Neptune, and it was trine Pluto. Some of these aspects were applying, which means that they are going to get stronger and more intense. And some of them were separating aspects. And so I feel the energy as the sun moved into Gemini was really allowing us an excellent time for socializing, right? I had a great time out this weekend socializing at the campground. And so I do feel we are at a pivotal point when it comes to these collective energies, when it comes to finding and manifesting unconditional love. Gemini is the sign of the twins. And so whether we have that twin soul union with the actual counterpart or we find an unconditional loving connection with a soulmate, I do feel that is very likely this Gemini season. And so there is a deep desire, I feel, also coming through for peace and harmony. We need to keep in mind that if there are any challenging aspects playing out in your own birth chart, this could also be a time of having to face major communication issues, having to face where you play into overindulgent behaviors, going overboard, or even laziness. And so there could be triggers, there could be losses, there could be a lot of transformative energies coming through this Gemini season that will kind of help us all clear away any distractions and overcome any hurdles. And so get ready to find where it is that you need to empower yourself, to find a little bit more confidence, to use your instincts and your intuition to guide you, which I feel are going to be surfacing more so because Gemini is ruled by Mercury, and so a lot of divine communication. So before I go any further, please feel free to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to like the video, comment on the video, and share the video. Helps circulate the content. It helps the channel to grow. It's just a nice, free, easy way to show me a little bit of love and show the channel some support. But let's get further into the energies. And so right now I feel we're in this push, this cosmic push, where we are being asked to express our authentic truth. And this does stem from within relationships. And so get ready to maybe have some hidden talents come to the surface. Embrace relationship changes. That's a must. Because we are deepening the journey into self-acceptance, because we are also going to have Venus entering into Gemini this week. We're going to have Jupiter going into Gemini. And so reflect on times when maybe you felt your boundaries were respected, and on other times where perhaps your boundaries were disregarded, because I do feel this is coming into our awareness so we can figure out how to reshape our realities moving forward. And so I was feeling a lot of crown chakra energy coming through. And so we also had Venus trine Lilith yesterday in the energies exact. And so these energies are becoming a little bit weaker, but I was sitting in the energy of the Magician with the Queen of Cups and the Knight of Wands and the Six of Wands. And so what really was coming through is this igniting intense energy, this ignition for personal growth is really what the energies felt like. And so be ready to also maybe grapple with any obsessive compulsive behaviors when it comes to any sudden urges, because we also had the moon enter into Scorpio yesterday, which was forming a square to Pluto last night. And so a lot of root chakra energies were coming through with that aspect when it comes to exploring hidden motivations and our tendencies behind these hidden motivations, or perhaps you're dealing with somebody else that has these hidden motivations. And so today on Tuesday, May the 21st, I feel May the 21st, I feel a major like tower energy, tower and chariot is what really came through. We also have the moon still in Scorpio today in opposition to Mercury in Taurus. And this was bringing forward this very strong strength energy with the Magician, with the wheel and the moon. And so I feel hidden movement. Things are moving, things are transitioning behind the scenes. And so we're not really seeing everything clearly this week is what it feels like. And so the energy is also an indication of some internal conflict that might be going on between emotions and logic. It was just this energy of feeling very introspective and reflective. And so you may also find maybe you're going to be experiencing a little bit of mood swings. I know whenever the moon transits through Scorpio, through my 9th house, it can create a lot of stress, a lot of mental overload for myself. And so this could also trigger some collective confusion. But I do feel this week is a time of significant change, and the end of a major life phase is reaching completion with the Twin Flame Collective. And I do feel the Twin Flame Collective this week is undergoing a significant shift. We are creating major changes when it comes to relationships, relationship patterns. And I do feel many of the divine masculines are shedding their old skin in order to start this new chapter with the divine feminine. So a major, major power shift is what the energies felt like. It was like the overthrowing of the old template, of the old timeline, and the rise of the divine masculine into these leadership positions. And so changing the game. And then I heard Hunger Games. And so on Wednesday, tomorrow, on May the 22nd, we do have the Sun trine Pluto exact. And this was bringing forward the energy of justice and death. So Libra, Scorpio energy is what I felt, and the High Priestess. And so these energies this week are definitely not to be taken lightly. I do feel we have to find our perseverance through these tough times. And we are at the intersection, I feel, of a major rebirth. And I feel the divine masculines are being pushed to make things right. And so I feel you might want to work with Moldavite. Moldavite kind of comes in to transform and clear the path in order to transform your life by going inward. And so the Twin Flame journey is a journey of is a path of self-discovery. I'm having a hard time talking now that Mercury has shifted. And so I do feel right now we have the ability to manifest the life that we envision, but we do have to take those necessary steps for that manifestation. So the divine masculines, I feel, this week are gaining like a deeper understanding of self. They're reflecting on the desired change that they do wish to create. And then they're going to have to clear away all of the distractions and overcome all of these hurdles so they can take those steps towards manifesting a reunion with the divine feminine. On Thursday, we're going to have the full moon in Sagittarius. And so this is like a powerful attraction energy, I feel. We're going to have this full moon at 2 degrees 54, which is the energy, I feel, of the High Priestess and the Page of Swords. And so receiving divine downloads before the full moon in Sag, we will have the moon forming a sextile to Pluto. And so I feel this is where we go into this channeling of all of this spiritual energy, because we also have Venus conjunct Jupiter, and we have Venus sextile Neptune the same day as the full moon. We're going to have Jupiter sextile Neptune, and we're going to have Venus entering into Gemini. And so this is the soul merger, the soul union energy. And I feel the divine masculine is going to be facing all kinds of upheaval and conflict, competition. And there's this very chaotic energy, I feel, playing out with the masculines when it comes to shaking the foundation of their very existence. And I feel a lot of broken pride and broken ego when it comes to some type of rivalry that is ending in disaster. And they're going to have to find their courage to face these changes and this adversity. And so I do feel when it comes to the full moon in Sag, it is the energy of the archer, the cosmic archer. If you think of pulling that arrow back, and sometimes we have to pull that arrow back, and it feels like we've been pulled back and we're in this state of tension. And then once we get released, it's like a full steam ahead energy. And so there is a deep sense of urgency, I feel, in the energies this week when it comes to the karmic journey reaching completion or coming to an end. And I do feel this week is going to be a week of all kinds of twists and turns, surprises. And you think of the cosmic journey in its entirety when it comes to the twin flame. the twin flame connection, it is a journey of surprises. It is a journey of things speeding up, things slowing down. And so if we look at the experience in its totality, ultimately, this twin flame experience has given us exactly what we've needed, although maybe not what we've wanted, in order to embrace our most authentic expression and to reach this pivotal point of spiritual growth and evolution. And so think of Sagittarius. Sagittarius is the sign of the philosopher. Where do you have Sagittarius in your natal chart? No matter how challenging any situation is, Sagittarius is the archetype that will always find the silver lining. Sagittarius will always say, hey, there's something I learned from that situation. Let's take the lesson and let's move on and let's not stay stuck, right? And so Sag turns tower moments into a greater philosophy for life. So I'm a 10th house Sag. And so whatever needs to be shifted or purged or released, I do feel this is going to be severed this full moon, so we can finally get our happy ending with the counterpart. And so what final hurdle needs to be overcome so we can unite as twin flames empowered? Because I do feel rewards are in order. 11:11 I noticed on the timer. And so on Friday this week, the moon is still in Sagittarius. We're in this major emotional release, I feel, with the sun energy, the wheel, and the magician playing out. We have the moon forming a square to Saturn in Pisces at 18 degrees 22. And this is where we need to embrace growth and find balance. We're going to have the moon trine Mars. And this is where we embrace all of this emotional intensity, I feel, and we are being guided wisely by our emotions. And so it's this energy of feeling everything deeply and attracting whatever you need through the heart. So higher heart energy. I was shown the moon with the Fool card. And so there might be a situation, or maybe you or the counterpart is being asked to step into the unknown this week. And so you're going to need to rely on your instincts and your intuition, because the path ahead is never, ever straightforward. It's never linear. We oftentimes have to spiral back to things maybe we didn't learn, we didn't master, to relearn that lesson. And so right now you're going to want to be mindful of your inner feelings and your inner voice. That is what's going to be guiding you this week, because this energy really is leading us to a lot of great downloads, a lot of great intuitive insights. But you have to learn to face confusion, to face doubt, because this journey does require the reconnection to your inner self, to your higher self, and to source itself. And so in order to reconnect, you have to go within, you have to confront your deepest fears, and you need to find that emotional balance. And so balance, partnership, and opportunity were very big themes that came through in Friday's energy that I channeled. And so emotional maturity and balance. So let the wisdom of your intuition kind of be that lighthouse, be that beacon, because I feel anything existing is going to be amplified, whether it's uplifting energies or challenging energies, it's going to be amplified. So what is it that you want to experience in your reality? Because everything is going to be more vivid and more intense, whether good or bad, I feel, with this full moon. And so the energy really is asking us all, I feel, this week to find our greater intention for our life, to find our greater awareness, and to reflect on all of these heightened emotions that are likely going to serve as some type of catalyst to guide us towards our true karmic path, our true karmic mission, and our true counterpart union. And so this is going to be a week, I feel, of a lot of emotional intensity. There could be a lot of creative inspiration coming through. So use these energies wisely this week, because I do feel there is an opportunity this week for the twins to manifest a brand new beginning rooted in growth, enlightenment, stability. But there's also a need for a deeper understanding when it comes to our subconscious motivations and our toxic emotional patterns. And so on Saturday, what I kept hearing channeling these energies was blurred lines. Blurred lines. And I think there's a song. I forget who sings the song Blurred Lines. And so we're going to have the moon in Sagittarius squaring it up with Neptune at 29 degrees, which is an anaretic degree. And so this is going to be a very hard transit, and I'm getting the chills down both of my arms. So I think that's confirmation. So there is going to be a fine line, I think, in the energies going into the weekend. A fine line between intuition and imagination. A fine line between reality and fantasy. And so what I kept hearing was Disturbia by Rihanna, that song Disturbia. So I think it might be a little disturbing. There might be a lot of paranoia. There might be a lot of hard energy to work through when it comes to confusion, insecurity, and just some strange feelings. But thankfully, the moon's going to shift into Capricorn, and it's going to ground all of these transcendental, strange, ethereal feelings. And so we also have Venus trine Pluto on Saturday. And so this is bringing in transformation when it comes to relationships. Pluto deals with death and transformation, and Venus is all about relationships, love, and finances. Venus is going to be in the 12th house of Taurus at 12 degrees 40, which to me is a perspective shift about this emotional exploration. We're going to have Pluto at 1 degrees 59 in the 8th house of Capricorn, the house of death, at 14 degrees 06. So we got temperance, we got lover's energy. And so whatever hidden desires have been below the surface, they're going to be uncovered. They're going to come to light because we are here to find our authentic emotional expression. And the ascendant will be in Gemini when Venus trines Pluto in my local area. And then we're going to have Jupiter entering into Gemini at exactly 0 degrees in the 7th house of Taurus at 16 degrees 56. So this is the tower energy with the 2 of swords, and that's the veil is being pierced. So the veil of illusion, the blocks are being pierced, and as we navigate through this transformative period this week, I feel it's really important to maintain balance and to stay grounded. So what do you do to stay grounded? You can engage in practices like journaling, earthing, meditation, anything that helps you manage the intensity of your emotions and channeling them in a proper way. And so what steps can you take this week to nurture the loving relationship with yourself? Because all other relationships stem around the relationship that we have with ourselves. And so when we have a healthy sense of nurturing and loving ourselves, then we can ensure the journey to intimacy with another. And so the journey to intimacy with another will always truly start with self-acceptance and the journey of self. And so 444 was a big number sync that came through for me over the weekend. And so there is a need to maintain a certain level of control and emotional detachment. I do feel it's time for the divine masculine also to take a break from this inner journey and to start establishing clear boundaries in order to take assertive action in the external world, in the external reality. And so the message was very clear for the divine masculine collective this week. It is time to step up. It is time to take charge. Divine feminine, the message for you is very clear. It is time to wake up. It is time to smell the coffee. You've got so much to be thankful for. So how can you start appreciating the beauty of the journey? The beauty of the journey and everything that it has taught you. And it is also a reminder, I feel, for the divine feminine to take charge of your life. You cannot be waiting around for somebody to take charge of anything for you. You got to put those big girl pants on, and you got to take the reins of your own life as well. And so stop feeling sorry for yourself and take action as well, divine feminine. And so right now we've got massive potential to achieve great things. There's massive potential to achieve union if we stop wasting our time and start working towards our goals together as a couple. And so on Sunday, we're closing off the week with the moon in Capricorn, forming a trine to Mercury and a square to Mars. And so I was shown the Tower card with the Fool, and I was shown the Tower with the 8 of Cups, Judgment, and the 7 of Wands. And so if you do not walk away from something that is emotionally dissatisfying, that is emotionally depleting, the Tower is going to come in and force the path to be opened up. So you think of the 8 of Cups. The 8 of Cups is the path. It's walking the path. It's walking the ascension. It's making peace with all of your emotional intensity. And it is breaking down all of these false beliefs. And so I feel a lot of the masculines are in this energy of judgment and death. So they can embrace their emotional intensity to go through this powerful alignment of reconciliation, which is ultimately reconciling the head and the heart. And so I do feel an opportunity for a clean slate, a fresh start, breaking down all of these old belief structures this week. And so bottom line is we're in a period of very intense growth and learning. The Gemini energy is all about learning. And so things have been feeling very sludge-like, drudgery-like. And now that we're going into all of this Gemini energy, they're showing me the Eight of Wands, which is accelerated ascension. And so significant changes are coming connected to love and relationships. And these changes are going to be very challenging. But any challenging situations or relationships are there for an opportunity of transformation and growth. And so I feel right now the energies are challenging these very karmic relationship cycles to close out. So we can close out this long struggle of battle that has really taken a toll on both of the counterparts. And so we're in a portal of cycles and rebirths. And remember, endings do not have to be negative. They don't have to be negative. Endings are necessary, though, for growth and evolution and change. So if you want to manifest a powerful, balanced partnership with emotional maturity and compassion and creativity, you're going to have to get rid of what isn't working. And so right now, there's like a fusion going on with the twins, a fusion of the energies. Those twins who harness this emotional intelligence and this fiery passion, there is a fusion going on, I feel, in the ethers. And the twins come together. It's kind of like the best of both worlds. So buckle up. I want to say buckle up and get ready for a wild ride this week, because I do feel a forceful reckoning. 2112. 2112. So we're going to get in with the cards now. We're going to talk about what other energies need to come through with the tarot and the oracle. I am going to grab my twin flame oracle cards. Look at that. We get invitation, and you are receiving light code activations, and I'm getting the chills down both of my arms again. We are going to use the Heart's Hidden Secret oracle deck today. Confusion, there's that Neptunian energy coming through. Confusion, uncertainty, unclear, unsure, and exhaustion. That's really where I've been at. I am just utterly and energetically exhausted. So you might find yourself drained. You might find yourself tired, wanting to sleep all the time, just exhausted as the masculine close out a very long journey. And so there's a finality this week, I feel. I feel a lot of the masculines are having that final farewell. They're leaving behind the false contract, and the closure is coming. So let's get into it with the Heart's Hidden Secret deck to start. Let's dig into the Divine Masculine energies to begin with. Perspective shift. I feel there's a major perspective shift this week. So messages for the Divine Masculine Collective, please, for the week ahead. What do we need to be aware of in the energies this week? Well, there is an emotional storm brewing for the Divine Masculine. So I feel they're in a very unstable connection. There could be a lot of turmoil. I think the masculines are more affected than you realize. I do feel they've walked away. I think they've walked away from a very cold situation that I feel was there to get them to go into the depth of understanding a core abandonment wound. And so there is an emotional storm. The masculines are in the depth of this emotional awareness, and they are in preparation for a brand new beginning. And so I do feel a lot of the masculines are needing to face maybe an abandonment wound where maybe a parent abandoned them, or, you know, a lot of the masculines will have crossed over parents, or their parents are no longer with them. But I also feel like into the depths of the awareness of the value of the feminine. And so I've never noticed this on this card before. If you look at the fins, there's a black fin and a white fin. And so there is some type of shadow work going on with the masculines. And I feel they, too, are also learning to nurture themselves and mother themselves. And I do feel their deep inner knowing is saying, hey, they're hearing your call, Divine Feminine. I do feel they're hearing your heart song. They know it's time to head in a new direction. And I do think they want to try again and start over. So they're in a deep dive of soul finding, soul searching. I think they're focused on growth. They're focused on self-care. And I do feel there's something about to blow when it comes to an unstable foundation. Divine Feminine, stop clinging. Stop clinging, stop holding on, stop obsessing over a confession or an apology. And so the second you flip the script and you stop waiting, that's usually when the unveiling occurs and the masculine comes clean. So what needs to come through for the Divine Feminine Collective, please? come out in reverse, so I like that. I do feel if you've been in a state of like thinking despair or feeling like everything is falling apart, it's been falling apart for everything to kind of come back together. And so it came out in reverse. So I feel you're finally all done with feeling helpless and hopeless. And we got the divine feminine energy. And so you are in this energy of learning to receive. It feels like an energy of receiving, understanding that the masculine goes through his awakening in his own time and your awakening in your own time. And so I do feel you're coming into a lot of clarity and truth about this twin flame connection, about the mirror soul, about the shared feelings. And so you two are in a state of deep reflection. And I do feel you are no longer going down into these states of despair with the masculine. And so I do feel there is truth, there is clarity. Divine feminine, really get grounded in honest intentions for your goals moving forward this week. Because we are preparing for that great return. And so I felt a lot of heart pressure over the weekend. I do feel a lot of the masculines are in this energy of like a coming to Jesus moment. They're going through a major heart awakening, heart expansion, and they are fantasizing and dreaming about you. And so there's that fine line, right? The blurred lines. And so I do feel you are very much receptive to the empathic vulnerability of the counterpart as they prepare to make amends and come in for a second chance. And so this is all in divine timing. So let's do a couple spiritual journey oracle cards, healing the soul's DNA and ascension sickness. And so there's that very uncomfortable physical manifestation. A lot of third eye pressure, a lot of just lethargy. It's just been very draining, very emotionally and physically daunting the last couple days. And so the collective is journeying into these higher energies, these higher states of consciousness, in order to heal the soul's DNA. And so we're in the depths of facing the pain, facing the hurts, looking the wounding right in the eye, right? And so we're kind of like in the eye of the storm right now. And so there's a healing of this deeply embedded soul trauma. So let's dig into the divine masculine a little bit further. So there's that detachment that I channeled. So the masculine is learning to detach. They're learning to subtract their ego or their ego's agenda from the end goal. And they too are letting go of that tight hold that they've had on that karmic situation, because a higher power is at work. Look at that. Detachment, liberation, expansion, and your spiritual path. And so the masculines are breaking those chains. They're cutting the cords this week, and they are learning the lesson of surrender. So I do feel there's a lot of telepathy coming back online. I do feel divine feminine, you're likely transmitting your counterpart's thoughts and emotions. So do not go down into these states of hopelessness with the counterpart. Get outside in nature, ground. Do not allow yourself to sink into despair, because the masculine's world is falling apart. And what you need to do right now is to stay grounded as a higher power is at work. The masculine is being afforded a new opportunity to walk through the doorway of greater abundance with you, divine feminine, but they're going to have to release the ego. And so stay in the flow, divine feminine, because I do believe the masculine is coming into this deeper awareness of the telepathy of this connection. And so they are stripping away all of these old, outdated beliefs, and they are preparing to bring this love forward to you, to their counterparts. So divine feminine, we got spirit guides and angels wanted to flip out. So really connect with your guides, connect with the archangels, because they are guiding you on your journey. And I do feel spirit is saying you are likely clearing the path for this new life. And there might also be an intensified, tough situation that you're going to have to deal with this week as well. So we get guidance from spirit and new life. It kind of come out sideways, a little bit upside down. And so there's a block to this new life is a big message. And so things are going to look differently. And so there could be a block to this new life because maybe somebody is receiving the guidance from spirit a little bit distorted. Things might be a little bit unclear, a little bit wishy-washy. And so there is something here that is definitely intensifying when it comes to a situation you too need to address, that needs to come to the surface to be addressed. as part of your evolution. And so I do believe the divine feminine is receiving third eye visions. And so there's important information being downloaded to the divine feminine right now. So really trust in your intuition, because not everything is as it seems right now. So really trust in your feelings when it comes to this certain experience that I feel is intensifying, because things are about to shift drastically for the divine feminine. So maybe it's time for you to start sharing your story, sharing your gifts, vocalizing, reaching out, sharing your wisdom that you've attained on the journey as part of this transformation and soul awakening, because many of us are here to share our awakening experience as we come into alignment. And so the feminine's job is to align to non-polarity, and that's when the awakening of the masculine's purpose can happen. And so get ready to align, because there is a major shift coming in this week. So let's jump in with the tarot, and let's see what else needs to come through for the masculine. Oh yeah, it's over. Wherever the masculine's at, that final nail in the coffin. And so truth is being exposed. There is the closing of the false contracts. That is an ending, reaching completion, because the doorway opportunity is now. So let's see what else needs to come through for the divine masculine for the week ahead. Something about all of this Gemini energy is triggering unexpected action, I feel. Definitely. So what's going on with the masculine? This is not feeling very good at all. So we get the Tower in reversed, the Ten of Coins in reversed. We got the Knight of Swords in reversed. We got the Knight of Wands in reversed. We got the Three of Cups in reversed and the Six of Swords in reversed. So I do feel that third party is clinging. They do not want to let go. And so I do feel the masculine is going to have to walk away from it all. This is the breakdown of the false beliefs. This is the breakdown of the false structure. It's time to walk through the doorway of a new experience. And so I do feel the masculine is losing it all, because that third party is, I'm not leaving. So the masculine might just have to walk away from everything. But I do feel that false contract is over. So if your counterpart has been in another commitment, has been married to somebody else, it's over. That's done. It's over. The Tower is coming in to break it apart. And I love the Tower because it comes in to break you free from a false foundation. It comes to upheave your entire reality. And this is going to spark, I feel, all kinds of explosive, intense emotions. That's what it feels like. But it's leading to a brand new beginning in love. Yes, it is. And so the masculine is going through an ending for sure. I do feel we have Mars in Aries right now, which is asking the masculine to take action, to go towards a new beginning in love. But first there needs to be that final nail in the coffin. And so the masculine, I feel, is also having a face where he betrayed the feminine. And so there's some bad karma playing out here when it comes to not releasing. So there's a need to release a situation that is dead and gone. And so the masculine is definitely in this energy of judgment, bad karma, and being forced to close out an unhealthy cycle. So let's dig into the divine feminine. Oh, divine feminine. What do we got going on for the divine feminine this week? I just heard victory is yours. Victory is yours. And so full steam ahead. We get the Justice card in reversed with the Chariot. And I like the Justice card in reversed a little bit better. You want to know why? Because that means a past wrong is going to be righted. We got the Five of Swords upright with the Ace of Pentacles. And we get the Page of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. So you are alchemizing a lesson. There is a brand new start for you, divine feminine. And I just feel after years of healing, you're the one holding that sword of truth. And so whatever it takes. That's what I heard. Whatever it takes. And so you did what you had to do to come out of this introspective state. And so we get Aquarian energy. But I feel there's a golden opportunity for you to take this energy, take all of this passionate energy coming through, and to manifest an abundant new beginning. And so this could mean the feminine coming into a windfall. I do think you want to be mindful of any self-deception because you're holding that sword of truth though. And so I know for me, it's been about a 5-year journey. And so we have to go through the Four of Swords healing to come out the other side with that sword of truth. But I feel you recognize what's going on here. You clearly see the truth, and it's you're going to win no matter what is what it feels like. So get ready to maybe start a new creative project, a new endeavor. Something about this full moon in Sag might be bringing in an unexpected windfall, an inheritance of some sort. But I just feel overall, we're all done playing the losing game of staying stuck in these old outdated patterns, because staying stuck isn't really going to serve either of the twins or the counterparts. And so there's a major expansion of the heart going on here, of the mind, and there's disillusionment this week for sure. So coming out of confusion and illusion. Let's go into some twin flame oracle messages for the divine masculine. We'll dig into the masculine first. So the masculine is being asked to make space. They don't even have room for you in their life. And so they're going through a major karmic board clearing, and they are shifting out of difficulty. So the masculine is facing major changes this week. And I just saw the miracle peek out, so we're going to take it. And what other messages need to come through for the divine feminine? So answers. Everything you've asked for is coming forward. So the divine is working hard to bring you everything that you've asked for, everything that you've prayed for. And so do expect miracles this week, because nothing is impossible. You need to trust that this bond is eternal. So connect with your twin soul in the higher realms, because I do feel right now we're needing to see the innocence in the entirety of this journey so we can move forward. So trust in your intuition this week. I do feel the Pisces energy is saying we're in this energy of the mysterious darkness, gaining that new perspective shift. And we're in a portal of like a coming to Jesus moment. So let's close off the reading. Oh, let's close off the reading. Karmic relationships in the cosmic heart. And so we are in a portal of closing out karmic relationship cycles. And so we do have like, I watched a video the other day. I think like 90% of the relationships currently on Earth are karmic relationships. Twin souls are very rare. And so the polarity of the karmic relationships is really what allows us to go through this soul growth, because we don't grow unless we're thrust into chaos and conflict. And so I do feel the polarity of the soul relationships that are rooted in karma are reaching some type of completion, because this is a journey of the heart, and it is about devotion through the heart. So what is the closing message for the twin souls this week? What is the closing message as we shift out of difficulty this week? So surrender, double mission. And so the twins do have a double mission. We are light workers. We are starseeds. We're here to serve the world, not only by being our authentic self, but many of us have a public mission in the public eye. And so I do feel this is a journey of getting to the root cause of everything, of all of the blocks, right? And so it's a week of, I feel, righting past wrongs, being uprooted, and surrendering to the sweetness with Venus and Gemini. I'm going to love this energy. I'm a Venus and Gemini. My counterpart is a Mars in Gemini. And so there's this pleasure and joy coming through, but you need to zoom out and you need to gain that new perspective, because really in the big scheme of everything going on, none of this really matters, right? And so we are here to learn lessons. This is Earth School. This is what we came for. We are cosmic beings on Earth in this land called Earth School in order to go through soul growth and to learn lessons. And so get ready to deep dive this week because we are birthing these unions, and that's what I've got for the twins for the week ahead. Wow. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, I do highly suggest checking out the information box below. I will also add a video card link above. There is also a membership side to the channel. If you would like to become a channel member, I would love to have you over on the membership side. I look forward to seeing you all again next time. So have a great week, everybody. Have a good day.